Alright everybody, welcome back to another video here on Financial Friends. Today we have a pretty interesting video. I hope that you stick with it throughout the whole entire video, or stick with me rather throughout the whole video. This is a pretty interesting concept, something I just kind of randomly thought about, but also to anyone who is watching this video in regard to Acorns itself, definitely stick around. I think that the results may change your mind. So, the question of the day. Should we use Acorns, or should you, the watcher of this video, use Acorns? Now, I want to start this video, and I'm probably going to finish it, by saying that if the only thing you're using, or the only thing that excites you, or the main reason you're getting into this investing journey is because of Acorns, use it. Definitely use it. If Acorns is the only thing you have right now and you're not looking to expand, continue to use it. I'm not trying to bash Acorns. I'm just giving my opinion and my thoughts and showing the effects of compounding on your portfolio using Acorns. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to make myself a bit smaller here. Should we use Acorns? That's really the question here. Now, to set a couple of ground rules, we're going to be using the roundup feature. So I guess before I hop too far into this, let's go ahead and touch on Acorns. So what is Acorns if you're new or if you're just considering? Well, Acorns is an investment platform, and its major draw is that it will round up the change. So let's say you go ahead and purchase a coffee, and that coffee is, for easy math, $2.75. Acorns will, on your behalf, round 25 cents extra of the purchase and invest that. So that way your purchase isn't even $3. And you can go ahead in here and, you can have the roundup be 3 times the amount. You can have different portfolios. You can have recurring investments on top of those. So there's a whole lot of things you can do here. But its big draw, and it's even, registered here, roundups. That's the big thing with Acorns, is these roundups. So let's go ahead and take a look at how those roundups can be affected, or can you just invest money instead of using the roundup feature? What's going to be better for you as an investor? So we're going to compare 2 different scenarios. We're going to pretend we make 1 purchase a day for easy math, and we're going to pretend that either Acorns is going to have to round up 99 cents. So our purchase was, say, $2.01. So Acorns is forced to round up 99. Or for purposes of the experiment, we're going to say it was 50 cents and Acorns contributed 50 cents on our behalf. We're also not including the $5 minimum that is required by Acorns. So it will build your change up until $5 and then invest it. There is some opportunity cost not having that money in the stock market immediately. And there's also a $3 at minimum monthly fee for their basic plan. So they will just take $3 from an account somewhere. They will just remove it. Okay, so you're also going to be paying that on the lowest plan to utilize Acorn. So here's our first experiment. We're going to pretend that every day we made 1 purchase and we invested 99 cents through the Acorn Roundup feature, versus the fact if we just took $1 and invested it every day and that was it. Now, we're going to pretend we get 8% annually for all of these calculations, and we're also going to just do the roundups for 1 year in this instance. So in this instance, if you invested 99 cents a day via the roundups, you would have invested $361. And if you used $1 a day, obviously $365. And you can see the difference if we did this for 1 year and just left it. You could see the difference here, about $8, a couple bucks here, and then over the course of 30 years, it'd be about $36 difference if we just invested $1 versus 99 cents. So that 1 penny a day makes, a $36 difference over the course of 30 years. Now, let's do the same thing. However, we're going to continue the experiment. So if we invested $361 a day versus the 361 over the year versus the 365 over the year. Again, the left side is using Acorns. The right side would be you just, investing $1 over the course of 10 years. So we're continuously doing this every year for 10 years. There's going to be a pretty stark difference here, about $61. And then we grow that difference, if we did this for 20 years, to in the $200-ish range, a little bit less. And then again, over about a little less than, again, $400, or just almost $500 difference over the course of 30 years. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because you're not actually going to be rounding up 99 cents for every purchase you make with Acorns. Let's go ahead and cut it in half, or just pretend it's 50 cents every time, which is still very, very generous, mind you, or just invest $1 a day, just $1 every day. So if we did this for a year, very big difference. Obviously, about half for every single one. It's pretty obvious, right? We're investing about half the amount. So over the course of 30 years, it's going to grow to a little bit of a difference, but again, not too much. Really is just going to be about half, okay? Now, this is the big difference. This is the big kicker. If you decided to use Acorns as your primary platform for an extremely long period of time, again, 20 to 30 years down the road, and you only ever use roundups, okay? Now, you could just be investing $1 a day. I'm not insulting. I'm not saying anything to anybody if they can only afford, the 50 cents. There is nothing wrong with that. But if you are able, and this is feasible for you to just do $1 a day instead of the 50 cents, because again, you're probably going to be rounding up more than that. Look at the difference. If we did this over the course, and I'm just going to skip down to the last one, it's the biggest difference. If we did this for over the course of 30 years, there would be about a $23,000 difference. And you can see here I have it all broken down, the kind of differences. It was a $22,000 difference. $22,500 difference by simply investing $1 a day versus allowing Acorns to do the rounding. Now, what I want to point out here is something different. Now, like I said, we're not going to be making one purchase a day on average, right? We might make 5-6 purchases one day, maybe no purchases another day, maybe 20 purchases one day. So it's going to be stark differences between the amount of purchases we make. But what if instead of just letting Acorns round up, we just did the $1? So now every time we're investing change, we could just say, no, I made 20 purchases today, I'm going to invest $20. But if you used Acorns, you might only be investing $10, maybe $7. Maybe it just so happened to be all of your purchases came out to the 99 cents and it rounded up 1 cent for you 20 times and you invested 20 cents that day. You could have invested $20 had you been, maybe utilizing this other platform where you decided to invest $1. And so again, bringing up these stark differences, wanted to make sure that was gone, bringing up these stark differences here. Almost $23,000 difference. So do I think that you should use Acorns? The answer is going to be no. Now let me move myself. The answer is going to be no. I don't think that you should do that. I think this whole experiment didn't even take into consideration, again, there's a $5 minimum that has to be invested. So if you're only rounding up 10, 20 cents at a time, you know how many purchases it's going to take until your money even makes it to the market? So instead, if you were just investing maybe through Public, link down below, you can get a free stock as well. If you use Public, which has a $1 investment minimum, you could be investing $1 every single time you made a purchase. Or if you wanted to just load a bunch of money onto Public and every time you actually made the purchase, then you just kind of, drag the money over and invest it into that stock. That's a possibility, and it doesn't take into consideration, there is no $5 minimum for that. This whole experiment didn't take into consideration a $3 a month fee. That is $1,080 over the course of 30 years that you were handing over to Acorns. Now, is there hidden fees and different things with every platform? Yes, but this is $3 off the top every month. There's a chance that if you're rounding your funds up over the course of a month, if you're getting those low dollar amounts again, or those low change amounts, like 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 or 5 cents, you might not even make it to the $5 to invest over the month. You invest nothing and they take $3 from you. And again, we're only factoring in one purchase a day here. So again, if we compounded those purchases, we made 20 purchases, invested $20, the upside growth potential to doing that is insane. And the opportunity cost of not doing that, and instead of just letting the money build up until it's $5 and investing, again, same thing. And that's that random factor I'm talking about, is there's no strategy to the change. It's completely just arbitrary. It might make it to $5. It might not. We're not sure. So again, am I trying to deter you from using Acorns? No. I think that if it's the only platform you're going to use, it is still a good choice. But do I recommend it for people who have other alternatives, who could be using public? Again, link down below in the description. Fidelity, a big brokerage, they have a $1 minimum on stocks as well. So utilize those fractional shares elsewhere. Maybe stay away from Acorns. If it's your only option, I highly recommend it. But again, those fees are going to be gouging you. So if you're going to be utilizing the platform, please be wary of those. If you enjoyed this video and enjoyed the concept of this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you learned something, hit that like button. And again, comment down below. Do you use Acorns? Do you use the roundup feature? And did this change your mind about it? It kind of blew my mind again. I knew that the numbers using 99 cents and $1 would stay close, but as soon as we got to over the course of 30 years, just using Acorns versus investing $1 every time, that started to really kind of become apparent to me that Acorns is not necessarily the platform that you're going to want to use to build wealth if you have an opportunity to utilize other apps. So again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. After you hit subscribe, go ahead, hit the little bell next to it. That way you're notified when a video comes out, and then you can race to the comments and comment first. But I hope you all have a great day. Hope you learned something. And with that being said, I will see you this Sunday for This Week in Finance. Link down below.